Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So guys, one of my subscribers sent me this. Let's see. Right here. Will you lunatics stop? Jimmy is part of the network. He has his own show. In fact, with Aggressive Progressives, he has 2 shows and is heavily featured on our anniversary party on Thursday. You might want to have a shred of evidence before you foam at the mouth. This is a group called Feminism is Stupid. Cenk Uygur just unsubscribed to TYT because of your treatment of Jimmy Dore. It is likely that you are doing this on notice of Kratz guy, the dude who invested. So sad because I've been watching for a long time. Memories, even though I am still in HS. I don't know what that last part meant. In his, I think. My subscriber sent me this. Let's see. Right here. He says, ouch, Jimmy Dore retweeted this. You might want to delete some of your videos, bro. Because TBH. I was starting to kind of believe your vids. Now, I looked at my vids because I didn't understand what he meant by this. And then he got into this other part. But, let's see, I was looking at my vids. That made me kind of think about, like, alright, what did he mean? What was the thing that got it across in the sense I was starting to believe your vids? Look, I don't want to give across this wrong impression that Dore is leaving TYT. In fact, my impression was always the opposite. That even though they might be having these kind of maybe some level of friction just because of the political thing. But that friction because of the political thing is not the same thing as Dore just picking up roots and leaving TYT. In my last, the video before last, I made this pitch saying he should not leave TYT. That I don't understand why people think he needs to leave TYT. And that ultimately, as long as Dore is Dore, he doesn't have to leave TYT. In fact, my argument went further. I went into this argument that it is good that he's at TYT. The fact that Cal can have an argument with Cenk on the network itself is great. It's great. You get to see the perspectives of the people involved in the process. And to some degree, it pulls you out of the echo chamber thing. I completely disagree with Cenk on the Russiagate thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Dore needs to leave the network. So, I don't want to give this misimpression that I think Dore is leaving. I don't think Dore is going anywhere. Nor do I think Dore should be going anywhere. People may have issues with some of the perspectives that some of the hosts may take. But that has nothing to do with whether or not Dore should leave the network. I don't want to give that impression. And if I've given that impression, that's my bad. That's my bad. I was looking over my videos, and I think I know the video that he was talking about. This guy. Let's see. Jimmy Dore bashes Cenk Uygur's Russian menace argument, but he should not leave TYT. Yeah, and he did bash his argument. He did. Like, I guess I'm feeling like I'm defending something. I don't know what I'm defending. But he was going after his argument. In fact, the video boils down to, what would you have done if you were in Cal's spot? And he goes off. But he's right to go off. The point of the video is Jimmy Dore is absolutely right to go off on this. But he should not leave the network. He shouldn't leave. Let me see. There might have been another one. Jimmy Dore nails lefty media pushing Russian narrative as useful idiots. He did nail lefty media pushing it as useful idiots. He did. Just so happens to be on the lefty media network. That's not me putting anything to it. That's just the bare bones reality of the situation. Let's see. TYT's argument supporting Russiagate is inconsistent. It is. So, fair enough. Russiagate debate, yes. The only one that jumps out at me, and maybe it's the naming of it. Maybe I should change the name. Yeah, maybe I should change the name. So, this guy. A shakeup at Young Turks, Jimmy Dore left out. What happened to Cenk Uygur's main show? Alright, so I thought I was being clever here. A shakeup at TYT at Young Turks. The reason why I said a shakeup at the Young Turks was because one of the people who used to work there had this thread on Twitter. And I went through the entirety of the thread on Twitter. I mean, the fact that the thread exists is a flat fact. What they were saying on the thread, I left up to this idea of this is what people are saying. Again, you can interrogate what the people are saying. But the guy or woman, I'm not outing her or him, did used to work there. And the people who were on the thread seemed to be earnest. They didn't seem to be trolls. They didn't seem to be just out to bash TYT. They were giving an honest opinion on how they felt about the network, including the person who used to work there. And that person kind of made the point that Dore is not necessarily, on the live show. Now, the second point to that, Jimmy Dore left out. That's where the second point comes in, meaning there's a disparity between the Russian narrative that the live show is pushing and what Dore is pushing. And has Dore been left out of being on the live show because of it? Which is what the assertion was of the person who used to work there. Now, if all of a sudden Dore's there on one of the shows, is that because he was pressured at that point? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I guess in the grand scheme of things, I don't want the impression to be that this means Dore is somehow on the outs at TYT or these guys are breaking up. So I'm going to change the name of this. What happened? This guy right here. I tried to be clever. I was using what happened as an allude to the book itself about what happened to Hillary Clinton, making this kind of ironic gesture of this person voted for Hillary Clinton. So what happened to the main show? I think what happened to the main show was essentially voting for Hillary Clinton. I'm trying to use that as this kind of ironic thing. The Cenk Uygur's main show. This video has done amazingly well. 26,000 vids. Oh man, I hope that is not 26,000 because people thought that Dore was leaving the show. I don't believe Dore is leaving the show. I don't think Dore should leave the show. I think I've been pretty clear that I don't think those things will or should happen. So I'll leave it at that. When the subscriber was like, "Hey man, you need to change," I was like, "Change what? What happened? What did I say was wrong? What was off?" Yeah, if I fuck up, I want to know. And if something I do give a misinterpretation or wrong impression, I want to know. I don't think Cenk was talking about me. I don't even know who that particular person was who decided to unsubscribe. If he's unsubscribing because he felt like Dore was mistreated, I don't think he should unsubscribe for that particular reason. I don't think Dore was necessarily mistreated. Yeah, I'm rambling. All I'm saying is, I honestly hope that that's not what was the motivator for that. And if I gave this impression that Dore was leaving, I'm sorry. That was not the impression I was trying to give. If I gave the impression that, yeah, if I gave some impression that Dore was kicked off the show or something like that, that's not the impression I wanted to give. I did want to go through this idea of the Young Turks, though, and I did want to go through why were people feeling that way? Meaning, when I went through the Twitter thing, why were these people feeling in the way that these people were feeling? And were these feelings valid? Were these feelings just? Were they just trolls? Why? I mean, that was the exploration of that particular topic. So, I'll leave this video at this. I don't want this to be long. But I did want to explain that point, making sure that there was no misunderstanding in regards to the content or the perspective of me in this regards with Dore and TYT. It's certainly not giving any kind of false impression that Dore was somehow leaving or they were somehow kicking Dore off the show, meaning off their network. I don't think I said that. I don't think I alluded to that. And in no way do I believe that. Nor do I think he should leave. And I think my arguments have been in that direction of he should not leave. I know people have feelings with TYT. He should not leave. I think he's fine where he is. So I will end this here. Yeah, I end this here. All right, guys. If in the future or at any time, if I fuck something up, meaning if I get something wrong, or if I'm giving across an impression that is off, like I'm how can I say this? Like I say something, an impression is taken from the thing that I said. I want to know if that's off. Like if I'm saying this and it's like this. Like if anybody looked at that and thought to themselves, "Oh, Dore's leaving." I want to know that. I want to know that. That's something I want to know. Like that's something. If I'm expressing myself or getting something across in a way that's not getting across what I actually want to get across, I would like to know. So, what's the gentleman's name? Big Deezy. Big Deezy. Big Deezy, thank you very much for bringing this to my attention. I appreciate it. Yeah, if I'm fucking up, I want to know. Now, there's a difference between your perspective of me fucking up and me actually fucking up. Just be aware. But if I'm getting something across in a way that wasn't, yeah, I don't want to know. I want to know. I'd rather know than not. So I'll leave it at that. All right, guys. Big Easy. Good looking out. Thank you very much for letting me know. Yeah, guys. If you enjoy the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can support through Patreon. Thanks, guys.